Commander is so interesting to me. Standard, modern, limited, those make sense. It is a lot like chess. You are using your pieces to counter your opponent's pieces and win the game. Commander, however, you are playing to have fun and you are hoping to win. Commander is the board game of Magic the Gathering, which is a good thing. Board games are very fun. But just like the chess analogy from before, you get to bring your own pieces to the board game. Playing combo is like showing up to a game of Monopoly with your friends or an actually fun game, and secretly playing solitaire under the table, which as soon as you finish, you win the whole game. Combo is a very divisive playstyle in the Magic the Gathering community. You may hear new players don't like it because it breaks the narrative flow of the game. Or that how are they supposed to know what is a card and what is a combo piece? I want to explore this a bit more. Now, obviously, you can build and play whatever and however you want. Whoa, look at this dude, he can't believe it! I just want to appeal to your empathy if you play combos in Commander, and give validation to those that don't. So, why not combo? It comes down to two things: expectations and consistency. When you sit down for a game, any game, you want to feel like what you do matters. That is the expectation. That you won't be watching a game, you'll be playing it. I was playing in a pod recently with a guy I really like. He is a delight at the table and a genuinely decent guy. One time he bought me a sandwich. He was playing 9 Fingers Keen, a Gates deck. I was playing Mono Black. We were joking earlier on about how my graveyard deck would crumble to a Bajuka Bog. He then plays a tutor, and everyone says, "Oh, are you grabbing the bog?" To which he just nods silently. He passes, we each play our turn until it gets back to him. He untaps, asks if anyone has a counter, to which everyone says no, plays Reshape the Earth to grab Maze's End and 9 other lands to win him the game on the spot. There was nothing I could have done. As a mono black player, I don't have land removal. I don't have counterspells. I can't stifle an ability. So many combos are like that. If you aren't playing blue or maybe stacks in white, you just lose and have no way of responding. Not to mention, blue all counterspells decks and white stacks decks are hated by the community. Black has discard. That's their best way to stop combo. But single target discard is a losing strategy in Commander, and mass discard is miserable to play against. My deck didn't run either. Combos can invalidate entire colors out of the game. The expectation is that you can impact the game, that you stand a chance of winning. In scenarios like that, which are so common in combo decks, you might as well have not done anything the entire game. Reminder Text has a great deck build video around this concept, and he has a great channel. I won't use his example, though it is a good one. I didn't want to talk about brackets in this video, but I will just quickly. If you build a deck that normally can't present a win before turn 6, unless you happen to draw 2 cards before turn 3, which will win you the game on the spot, can you in good conscience say your deck is a bracket 2 or a 3? What about if you include 1 tutor to grab one of those cards? What if you include more? I was playing in a pod with a guy. I've only played him this one time, never seen him since. I did not like him. Weird vibes. He was really braggy about his cards and his life. He was flexing hard. And he made weird decks. I played against 3, and all of them were strange. Not very good. He only won the one game I'm about to talk about. Spoiler alert. And they were crazy expensive. Like, he had some staples. He had a very good mana base, but he just wasn't doing anything. Anyway, for this game, he pulls out an Ariete deck. The game is going well. It's a fun, heavily interacted game where the threat at the table was constantly changing. Except, he was never the threat. He sat back and barely played anything, and he wasn't even enchanting our creatures to make them not attack him. At one point, he plays Bloodthirsty Conqueror. I saw that and thought, that's weird. Isn't he playing an Aura's deck? But it is a card with a big body, flying, and it would wear Auras well. Plus it has a good defensive ability, so with all that in mind, I didn't give it any more thought. His next turn, he plays a proxied demonic tutor into a sanguine bond, then swings at the player with no flyers to win the game. Like, what? Why are you even playing air yet? You want your decks to be consistent so that when you say, my deck is a 2, you can say it with confidence, and there won't be a small chance of crushing everybody. People will remember the spikes. Even if they have played against your otherwise mediocre deck many times, they will pull out their stronger decks, because that one time you won on turn 3. Game's gotta end. If I had a dime every time I heard this, I would have an insane amount of dimes, truly a fortune, but I would never be able to buy anything with those dimes because in my heart I would know where they came from. Those dimes would be corrupted with people's bad opinions. I would have no choice but to hoard the filthy dimes, keep them safe from the rest of the world so they don't taint the pure, while I sit among it. Game's gotta end. Games end on their own. This may just be a virtue of the community around where I live, but I rarely have a game go over 45 minutes. It's not that every game only goes for 3 turns before someone kills the table. I think it has more to do with the general power level of the decks I play against. But more importantly, much more importantly, people go through their turns quickly. This is not against new players at all. If you are new, glad to have you. Take as long as you need. Ask questions, please. But if you are not new,
watch people at McDonald's. They decide what they want when they get to the front of the line.
And it gets to your turn, and you start reading your cards, counting your mana, looking around the table, just stop.
What were you doing in line? Your tax returns? I knew what I wanted before I parked the car.
You should know what is going on in the game. Your turn should be quick, because you know what you're going to do before you untap.
People stare at a McDonald's menu. It's McDonald's. It's the same stuff since you were 6 years old.
Do people not do this? This is a tangent, but do people not plan their turns ahead of time? What are you doing while the game progresses? Even after drawing, you only added a card or 2 into the mix. If your turn is taking a while, at least be doing something with it.
Get out of the line!
I have a flubs deck, which does take long turns, but I fly through those turns. I know my deck, I built it, I can run through 5 times as many game actions as my opponents, and not take up any more time than them. Game's gotta end is such a lazy excuse. If you want to end the game, swing more, play more impactful things, use one-sided board wipes. Infinite combo is not the only answer to a game that is going long. If you are playing against me, I promise you, the game is about to end. I will end it. The people that say game's gotta end are the same people that do nothing of impact all game except sit back with a handful of removal, then ask, man, how come nothing's happening this game? It's because of you! You are controlling the game and doing nothing with that control. You aren't capitalizing on it with your own threats, you're just answering everyone else's. I have no problem with control players unless they aren't controlling the game towards their win. If they are just stalling until they draw their combo pieces, it's terrible. Game's gotta end? Nah. If that's what you think, game's gotta never even start. Many Magic the Gathering players often ask, how is an infinite combo any different than playing a Craterhoof Behemoth with a board full of tokens?
Wow.
That could be a good point. The truth is, people that avoid infinites
Ew, no, David.
also don't play Craterhoof.
Ew!
Moonshake Cavalry, Chroma's Will. I understand Craterhoof is a stand-in for playing any massive board or creature buff out of nowhere, like an Eldrazi Conscription on your commander or a coat of arms in your bird deck, but every color has the ability to interact with creatures. Not every color can equally interact with the stack, with enchantments, and definitely not with lands. And I can't believe I have to say this, but creatures can be blocked. Infinite combos are not the same as Craterhoof on a board of tokens, and even if they were, we already weren't playing either. Now, the secret third reason combos are lame: originality. Some cards just work well with some commanders, and that's okay. Marina will probably have doors, Bombadil will have sagas, that's okay. I even like secret commanders. But Kinnan requiring an obelisk is lame. I love my decks being entirely my own. Once you include a 2-card infinite, your deck is no longer unique. There is a website that catalogs each card's combos. This may not matter to you, but combos are such a boring form of net decking. At the end of the day, and not to undermine my entire video, I don't care what you do. If you sit across from me and play combo, I will forgive you. Just know I might anonymously use your deck in a future video. I just wanted to give voice to the people that don't like combo and don't know how to express it, and to give my opinion on the often used arguments for combo. Game's gotta end! If you do play combos, let me leave you with this. Not everyone wants to play Dark Souls. Not everyone wants to play Elden Ring. When you present your deck with infinite combos, incredible interaction, and 15 tutors, you are forcing the table to play your game, with you as the final boss without warning. They have to wait for an opening just to get a tiny chip of damage in and then get wrecked on the punishing backswing. Do you want to force that on people? Try to play their game. Have fun. I promise you, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Wii Sports can be just as fun if you give it a chance. You made it through the video! Thank you so much for watching. Share it, like it, subscribe it. And is there anything I missed? Why do you play or not play infinite combos? I would say let me know down below, but I do not care.